What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? I am gonna record episode 46 of Resident Bummer. Of fucking course, Fulcrum is back. Or the Fulcrum, as I'm professionally known. This is the 47th episode that will ever be released. Of course, you have to remember episode 0. We'll never forget. We're like 3 weeks away from 2026. That's kind of crazy. Health check. Right before I started recording, I was just like sobbing for like 5 or 10 minutes. Just like really hard crying. So crying out of 10 is what I have for that rating. Clothing check, wearing a Deadpool shirt and some basketball shorts. Motivation check. I'm feeling a little better after just getting everything out of my system, but I don't know, man. I was really, really, really sad like 10 minutes ago. Like not in a very good headspace. So I think I'm just going to try and make this episode as quick as possible. Which means I'm going to go ahead and start reading my journal now. On Friday, December 5th, our first entry is set 46, day 1, 1:20 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and then I decide to record after work. After work. Oh yeah, okay. After going to work. I totally threw up in the shower. Wait. Did I already read all of this from... I might have. Let me... I don't... God, this is another terrible intro for another terrible episode, I guess. I don't know if I did. I think I must have already. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll start from the entry from where I finished recording. I don't know, dude. Just to be safe, I guess. I really fucked up, and this week's recording is only gonna fuck things up even further. This is unfortunate, but I guess at 7:05 p.m. Friday night, I finish recording, I edit the episode, and I get it set to upload. Afterwards, I load up Assassin's Creed Revelations, and I look for some more easy achievements to grab. Eventually, Penny says that she is good to watch some more Community, so we watch through and finish the Stolen Textbooks episode, and then Penny decides to hop off. I play some more Assassin's Creed and make some plans with a match that I made. We're going to be calling her Amber. I totally forgot. Desmond asked if I wanted to play Ultimate Chicken Horse with him and Michael, which is very cool. That's awesome. I play with them for a few hours, then retrieve some chicken tenders that I forgot I cooked in the air fryer. I reheated them and they tasted just fine. Then I head to bed, which means we're going to be moving on to set 46, day 2. Won't have as much of a lulled intro. That was a really slow, terrible intro to that first day of entries. So I'm gonna try and pick up the pace here on this one. Set 46, day 2. I already said that, but whatever. 12 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shave, I shower, I brush, and I play some Assassin's Creed until I take off to hang out with Amber at 7:15 p.m. I do apologize for the crassness. Gonna get into some details here. 7:15 p.m. Trigger warning. Amber blew me twice, dude. That was a lot of fun. Besides that, though, we hung out for a few hours. Picked up some weed with her on the way back to my house after I picked her up. Then took her over to my place. Played some GTA 5 until... Well, in the middle of playing GTA 5, she started... she didn't immediately go straight from playing to sucking my dick, but, one thing led to another, and she was on it. After after I finished, I should say, we just started playing some more GTA until my parents got home. Thankfully, they got home after we were all finished up. We do eventually leave at some point and grab Taco John's, then head home and eat. And before we take off for her place, she does perform another round of fellatio on me. Apologies for the colorful language. We take off for her place, and the snow starts picking up hard on the way over there. It's coming down really hard, creeping along by the end of the trip. We're just going like 15 miles an hour. Pull into her driveway and drop her off. I wave to her, and then drive back home. The snow fucking blows, and then I get home. I grab a glass of Kool-Aid, and my dad takes my phone to change my cell carrier to an unlimited plan. The phone says that it didn't let me change carriers. Then I get to my room and turn on my Xbox. I ask Penny if she wants to watch Community. She says she will pass for the night. I do some garbage-ass Desmond missions in Assassin's Creed Revelations. They're really, really bad missions, like nothing like the base game. It's like weird platforming, puzzle solving, but all first person, even though Assassin's Creed is typically a third person game. I do switch over to Assassin's Creed 4 at some point. I'll leave the last two Desmond missions that I was just talking about for another time. Each one of them is worth an achievement, though, so I will have to go and grab that at some point. I go to bed shortly after starting Assassin's Creed 4. Then we're going to be moving on to the next day of entries, Sunday, December 7th, set 46, day 3, 2:30 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I play a tad bit more Assassin's Creed 4 until I change for work. I drive into work and, clock on, say hi to Richard and Bernard, and then I get to work and, burped again. 3:45 p.m. I clock out. I had a short shift for the day, so I take off for the mall to find a gift for my sister's birthday. I also forgot to mention that Richard left early for the Kill Bill re-release in theaters. I still need to watch both of those movies, Kill Bill. I've heard great things about them. But anyways, I park at the mall, head inside, and find a foldable whisk and a scoop colander in the shape of a scoop. And I buy those as presents. I buy them and then drive back home. I have no more entries for the day, so I forgot to update my journal. I'm assuming I just got back to my place and, my parents' place. Played some more Assassin's Creed 4, I think. And then eventually went to bed at some point. I should have updated my journal. Moving on, though, this is Monday, December 8th, set 46, day 4, at 1:05 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I message John to let him know that I'm ready. We had created plans to watch some more Arlnauts, Star Wars saga, and I start the stream up and I call him a few times over the next hour to try and wake him up. He eventually wakes up an hour later. He hops into the voice channel and we start watching episode 6 of Arlnauts Saga. Very, very great episode. After we do finish, he surprises the fuck out of me. He asks if I'm free to watch the final episode tonight, later that night. I say, fuck yeah, that works for me. I'll shoot him a message when it's later in the night. I leave the call and then get ready for work and eventually start driving. On the way in, my right front wheel hits like a giant chunk of ice. Somehow my car is still entirely intact. The impact made me think that it was going to just rip my wheel off. I thought for certain there was going to be a warning light that popped up as soon as my car got back onto the road, but nothing seemed to happen, so I made it into work, said hi to Rich, Anna, and Pierce, and then I clocked on and got to work. 4:35 p.m. Penny lets me know that I'm at work, Penny lets me know while I'm at work that she's not free for Community tonight. That's not a problem. Eventually Richard leaves and says goodbye, and Anna does leave after him, or maybe before. Ben shows up to start his shift, and we chill in for the rest of the day. At 8:35 p.m., I chill out with Ben and Pierce until I clock off and go home. I buy some spicy pickleballs before I do, though. They are tasty. I get back to my room, turn on Assassin's Creed 4, and eat one bag of spicy pickleballs. Eventually, my nephew and my mom knock on my door and ask to hang out, but they leave very quickly afterwards. My dad arrives home, and I head downstairs to talk about my cell plan with him. Getting it all, my cell carrier sorted out. Excuse me. We call the carrier and waiting for an incredibly long amount of time before we are connected. 9:30 p.m. Apparently the tech side of customer support was already offline when we connect to them, so I head back up to my room and keep playing Assassin's Creed. Can't do anything about that. I won't lie, Assassin's Creed 4 has some of the worst combat. You just have to heal, you just have to stay out of combat until your health regenerates. There's no health packs or anything. It's got some flawless sea shanties, though. Some of them are ridiculously good. My favorite so far is easily Randy Dandy O. Just sea shanty that on Spotify. Apparently it's sung by Sean Daher, Dagher. I don't know how you pronounce that. I would recommend you give it a listen, though, if you've never heard it. Randy Dandy O is the name of the song. Moving on, though, 11 p.m., John says he is very tired and he will not be watching any more Oral Knots tonight. Unfortunate, but I should have expected it, to be honest. I continue playing Assassin's Creed 4. Very good ship combat. It's got to be the most enjoyable aspect of the game, is just pulling up on a ship and then blowing it up with your cannons, and then jumping onto it and stealing all their shit. It's fun, man. Moving on, though, Tuesday, December 9th. This is the next day of entries. Apparently I forgot to journal, but I went to bed at some point during that last day. Set 46, day 5 at 11:05 a.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I message Ben to tell him that I'm ready to watch whenever. We made plans to watch the next morning. I think I might have already mentioned that. He tells me he'll be ready soon, and then he is. I start the 7th episode of Arlnauts when he joins. We finish it up, and I say goodbye and change for work. Then I drive into work when it's time. 11:15 a.m. Anna has not been fired yet. Upper management said that she would be talked to at some point this week, so I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. Pierce says hi when I clock in. I get to work, and shortly after that, 1:20 a.m., I clock out when it's time, drive home, and play some more Assassin's Creed 4 when I'm there. Penny says she may be free for community, which is cool. I say I might be setting up my phone with my dad. Then I just decide to leave my phone with my dad and watch community with Penny without my phone, which isn't an issue. And then we start up Season 6, watch the first 2 episodes of Season 6. After that, Penny takes off and I stream some more Assassin's Creed 4. At some point, I do start crying a lot. And then I crawl into bed, jerk off, and after that, I eat an ice cream bar. In that order, by the way. Then I go to sleep. And that is the final entry for Tuesday, December 9th. We're going to be moving on to Wednesday, December 10th. Set 46, day 6, 10:35 a.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and flop back into bed for Assassin's Creed 4. The final mission in Sequence 4 is bullshit. Totally fucking lame mission. Really stupid. I failed it 4 times. Mad 'cause bad, probably, but whatever. Somehow, every guard has X-ray vision in that mission, and also a fucking quick draw, so you can just immediately execute a hostage as soon as you're discovered. It's fucking horseshit. That's all I have to say about it. Anyways, I change when it's time and drive into work. 3:20 p.m. I say hi to Pierce and Bernard. Then I clock in and get to work. 12:30 p.m. Rich shows up and clocks on, says hi. Then I clock off at some point and go home. Get home and start packing for a vacation my family is about to take. This is the first episode that I have ever had to record early. That's right, I'm recording this Wednesday night. Whoa, that's crazy. I'll just have to include Thursday's journal entries in next episode. How about that? What else? Yeah, I played some Assassin's Creed 4 when I got home. I got some more songs added to my vacation playlist that I'm going to be using for tunes while we're driving around on our vacation. And then I get ready to record the podcast. At 1:40 a.m., I forgot to mention that I talked with Penny today about her favorite Christmas songs and music. And I didn't include this in the journal at all, but I did say this, touched on this during the intro. I don't know, out of nowhere, just like, maybe like 20, 30 minutes ago. Man, I just got really, 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 really sad. And then, just like ugly crying was the main thing going on. My face was all scrunched up, and it was like super red, crying out of both eyes a lot. Snot, coming out of both nostrils. Super attractive image. So, I don't know how I'm still single. I don't think I have anything else to say. I just need to finish up packing after I finish this recording, I guess. I don't know, I kind of just want to do the editing tomorrow morning. It'll only take like 10 minutes if I don't fuck around the entire time. But, I guess that's it for this episode. So we're going to move into the outro, which, you probably know that my stance on outros is non-favorable. So I'm just going to do a quick rating for this week. I don't know, man, like 5 or 6 out of 10. Not a great week, but I did get to watch some Community with Penny, which was fun. And also, I got to talk to my parents because they're still alive and breathing, and I love that fact a lot. I do take that for granted. Yeah, I guess, why not? This is a good spot to shove this in here. I take a lot of stuff for granted like that. I don't know, I like to pretend that. Not really. I don't ever pretend that I have an excuse to be sad. I just kind of that's kind of one of the points that comes up every time I'm crying. I just sort of sit there and I'm like, why am I even crying? I have a pretty good life. If I just didn't act like such a bitch all the time, I could see that and just be okay with it. But no, I don't know. I'm just insane or something. And now I really want to end this episode. So, the week's rating, not so great. Word count for this week is 64,332 words written in my journal since beginning. I didn't bother to look that number up or anything special about it. Last thing is last, though. I have a quick question that I must ask before the end of every single one of these episodes. It's plural. But on to the question. Am I really making a podcast, or am I just jerking off?